Welcome, welcome. Look, we're going to dive right in here because, a lot of people think that they lose themselves in their relationships because the other person is just that difficult. And sure, sometimes the interaction is hard, but a lot of people are really missing something much more practical and much more important than they realize. They're what's happening is they're trying to stay clear and they're trying to stay calm and relationally successful and emotionally available from inside of a system that is already tremendously under supported. And so that matters a lot, because if your body is already strained, your brain is taxed, your blood sugar is unstable, and your gut is irritated, your sleep is off, and your stress load is already high, then a relationship's going to pull you out of yourself a whole lot faster. And it's not because you're weak in any way, shape, or form, right? It's because your margin is thinner. And so that's something that I really want people to understand this month, right? So, we're talking about relational authority and leading yourself without losing yourself. And then the body support side has to matter, because a lot of people are just trying to stay emotionally steady in their contacts with other people, right? Their engagements and interactions, while their whole internal system is running super loud and rough. And it's a problem, right? This is where that whole gut-brain communication matters. I like to say gut-heart-brain, but right, your gut and your brain are not separate conversations. They're in constant communication with each other. And when digestion is irritated, your meal timing is off, your blood sugar is unstable, stress is high, that communication gets real noisy. And then what happens is people feel more brittle. They feel more reactive, less tolerant, less patient, less spacious, and less able to stay with themselves when the pressure rises. And then, well, gosh, they just blame the relationship. And sometimes the relationship's not the only thing pulling at them. Sometimes the system is already loud before the conversation even starts. That's why I want you thinking, right, about support this week. Physical support. Are you eating in a way that actually supports steadiness? Cognitive, emotional, physical steadiness. Are you waiting too long between meals and then wondering why your tone's all sharp and emotional, right? Like that thin skin, right? Like that thin skin. And you feel really easy to get hooked and pulled in, right? Maybe you're ignoring some digestive strain and then you're acting surprised, right? When your patience is super low. Ask yourself, gosh, am I underestimating what a strained gut and unstable blood sugar do to my relationship tolerance, right? Like that relational engagement, because it makes a difference. And I get it, right? A lot of people can look like they have a communication problem when they also have an under-supported system. But I didn't say that correctly, right? Let me rephrase that, right? I know a lot of people lean into the issue being a communication problem, when sure, communication may need some work, but we don't want to do that from an under-supported system, right? So I'm not saying food's going to explain everything, okay, because it doesn't. But I'm saying that body support affects your access, okay, to yourself, to your emotion regulation, to your filters, right? All the things. If you're hungry, under-fueled, and running on empty, having a well-oiled conversation is going to be difficult. I think if you take the time to observe it, you'll know what I'm talking about, right? The more support we give, the more access we're going to have, and the more access that we have, the more ability we have to choose. And the more choice we have, the less automatic self-loss we experience inside of our relationships. So this week, the first psychonutrition question I want you asking is not, what should I eat to be perfect? It's what keeps my system, your system, right? You're unique. What keeps my system from getting so loud that I lose myself faster than I need to? That's a real question. So pay attention this week.